Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are back to Pioneer. Oko Thief of Crowns just got banned, and we gotta reevaluate and evolve the Simic Merfolk deck in Pioneer. You want to check out Merfolk gameplay, played at a competitive level. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com. And MTG Jeff, he's got the tribal deck for you in standard. He's got vampires, mono black vampires. You want to check out how that tribal deck kicks ass in standard. Don't forget to check out themanabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And the MTG Mastermind. The MTG Mastermind is the coaching program to take your game to the next level, a place where you can get feedback against much better players who are making day 2 of Grand Prix, who are making the Players Tour. If you want to learn from them, go check them out on the MTG Mastermind. So we are back. Yeah, I'm back to Pioneer. Have not played a whole ton. There was actually, patron and community member Cody Hope just recently made top 8 at a Pioneer PTQ with Simic Merfolk. Unfortunately running Oko Thief of Crowns, which we are not going to be able to take advantage of here because Oko just got banned. So I sort of want to look at the deck again, reevaluate what do we want to do. A lot of things have changed in Pioneer since I've been making Pioneer content. We've got like Smuggler's Copter is banned. What else is banned? Tons of stuff is banned. They're cleaning house. Except they haven't gotten rid of like Treasure Cruise and other garbage like that. I mean, we probably could even squeeze like one Treasure Cruise in here. So I want to try a heavy blue build, but a splash of green for the good cards. Things like Merfolk Mistbinder and Collected Company, and maybe Kumena Tyrant of Vraska. I don't know how good this card is going to be. But I'm going to scrap Kumena Speaker. There's enough removal in the format that I don't know if the aggro plan is really worth it. I think we should be a little bit more of a mid-range deck. Play a little bit more patient, play slow, get our big attacks in on turns 4+. So we don't need to be super aggressive in the beginning. So for that, we're going to play with Benthic Biomancer, a card that is good on turn 1, but also good on turn 5 and 6 when we can just loot away some lands. And also is going to have some synergy with Kumena Tyrant of Vraska, because if we tap 5 Merfolk and give everything a +1/+1 counter, Benthic Biomancer is going to get that counter as well, and then we get to loot. So we pump up the team and filter for better cards. So we don't have Oko anymore. So I want to go heavier on Thassa. You know what? And as you've seen, I'm relatively high on Thassa. Thassa very good against what's it called? Good against everything except I think red decks, more or less. Thassa I think overall is in a pretty good place and is just a way of us to be able to push through damage. Now a new card I want to see work here is Kiora's Follower. This is a card I should experiment with in Modern Merfolk. It's a 2/2 creature for 2 mana, untap another target permanent. I might have significantly underrated this effect. I don't know. I have not played. We're going to see the play testing for the very first time today. And by the way, this art is beautiful. I didn't even know this art existed until I looked it up. And by the way, this exists in paper. It's a game day promo card. So, I mean, if you love this art, you're going to want to go find that game day promo. But Kiora's Follower, untap another target permanent. I was trying to ramp into Collected Company with things like Noble Hierarch in the past, in Modern. And well, anyway, I don't know if it's so necessary to do it with a 1-drop, because if you do it with Kiora's Follower, I can still get the turn 3 Collected Company, turn 2 Kiora's Follower, and to turn 3 Collected Company. And well, I don't want to talk too much about Modern because this is a Pioneer video, but Kiora's Follower can untap Ether Vial. That is so. I actually think that this is going to have a lot of. I think it's going to have a lot of good synergy with the Merfolk deck. You know, when we get to turn 3. What do we mostly have in our hand? It's usually 2-drops. We might have a 3-drop. We do got them. But it's usually 2-drops. Or I should say, let's say if we have a third land, we have a lot of 2-drops. And so we can play like 2-drop, untap a land, play another 2-drop. So the point is we get access to 4 mana by turn 3 with Kiora's Follower. And you know what? If we're stuck on 2 lands, we at least have something that can help us play our 3-drops. I'm really looking forward to Kiora's Follower. Maybe we can attack with a creature, untap it, I like the look. I like the look of this thing. Not to mention, like a combo I hope to pull off is turn 3, tap something with Merfolk Trickster, untap a land, Harbinger of the Tides, bounce it back to their hand, and then we have like a board of, we have a board of creatures in our hope, and I hope our opponent has a board of nothing. So sideboard, I don't know what exactly should be in the sideboard. We have counterspells for any particular. We have counterspells for the control matchups, some combo matchups, Shaper's Sanctuary for the attrition-based matchups, Tormod Script mainly for Is It Phoenix, mainly so that we prevent them from playing Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time or get those Phoenixes back, and then Phyrexian Revoker against any deck that has activated abilities. Alright, so with that, let's get into our league. We won the die roll, hand looks good. We're going to keep it. We have a good curve. Unfortunately, no good way to use up the Kiora's follower. And also, I've made the deck a little bit more blue heavy so that we can accommodate Thassa.
Who is quite heavy.
Very heavy. She's a god. What is Thassa's weight? Can anyone figure that out based on scale? Look at those little islands down there.
I think it's one of those carnival people.
So we're up against a Blooming Marsh deck. How do I want to fall?
How about a Blooming Onion deck?
I guess I'm just going to play Kiora's follower anyway. There is some idea to like hold back Kiora's follower and try to get like a loot out of this, but just going to put more stuff on the battlefield. Our opponent has nothing to do.
Like, oh.
They're going after my follower. Untap what?
Could you have used the untap ability while the spell was on the stack?
It has Summoning Sickness. What is this? Castle Lock. Oh, this thing is annoying. Okay, so we're up against just like, a rock deck. That's fine. We've got Thassa. Thassa's going to get online. Maybe not online, but it's going to start scrying the crap out of this game.
Thassa's extremely online.
Go, Thassa, go. Oh, jeez. I hate this card.
Quick work of all your one drops.
Basically. No, I don't need a second Thassa. That's great. That is very good. So we can attack Liliana and then play a Merfolk Trickster at end of turn.
What else you got? Scumbag.
And Liliana cannot affect any of my creatures because they're in my hand. See? Tap out to play a creature. That's not quite tapping out. So they have removal for sure.
They gotta spend it eventually.
But I think that's going to be okay. Because we have 3 attackers to kill the Liliana. Oh, they just wanted to use their mana to make the thing bigger. Okay, that's fine. By putting the land on top, we activate Thassa this turn. It's not too bad. Alright, let's do that. Because I get to play 2 creatures this turn. Get Devotion to 5. So we can, I can attack our opponent and kill the Liliana. And every turn, I can threaten to get more devotion. Oh, you've got another one? Get out of here! What is this? Like, I've run out of cards.
Skelemental.
No more lightning skelementals. Okay, this isn't too bad. As long as our opponent doesn't have like a fatal push.
Here it comes.
Okay, forget the fatal push. We have other things to worry about. on blocking duty.
You're
This
not a
on the
creature.
bottom.
You are though, but
Yeah, is this the creature I want?
it's gonna cost you.
Let's see. Scavengers can get bigger.
You could just swing for 6, 8.
Do I need to kill this Liliana? So the things I'm thinking about are just making our Kiora's Follower and our Trickster unblockable with Thassa. I don't want to attack without unblockable creatures because Scavenging Ooze is just going to kill them. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make this stuff unblockable. On cancel. Let's first make this unblockable. I guess it doesn't really matter. Just trying to think of some way to untap something with Kiora's Follower before bad things could happen. Okay, let's attempt to kill Liliana. It might work. It does. Okay, that's good. It puts us in a good position, in my opinion. It's like the Scavenging Goose can get big, but I think we can attack for just a gigantic chunk of damage. Is this the third Liliana the Last Hope? This is really frustrating. Oh, Questing Beast. Okay, so now... Well, Thassa can block this thing. So not bad.
Poof.
Okay, come on, Merfolk. Any Merfolk. That is any Merfolk, and that's a pretty good one, too. So I'll tell you some tricks we can do. We can attack with Thassa, then untap her to block the Questing Beast.
Sounds good.
Trying to think. If our opponent has any removal spell for the Trickster, which I don't think they have, just given how they played that last turn with the Liliana Last Hope, they just did not care. Yeah, I think I'll just play this. The thing is, if I could use the Kiora's Follower to untap a land, play Benthic Biomancer, but then I can't untap Thassa to block the Questing Beast or the Scavenging Ooze. So anyway, I'm just gonna take this line. I mean, I guess if they kill the Merfolk Trickster in combat, I don't know what I can do. Actually, also, trying to block with this Thassa might be difficult if they draw a removal spell. Well, whatever, I can chump block something. It's not that big of a deal. I can go in for a ton of damage soon anyway. I have close to a lethal number of attackers.
Huh? You just made the biggest mistake of your life.
Maybe, I don't know. See, this can get blown out by them killing the Trickster. But I can still chump block, which I'm sort of fine with. Oh,
no,
okay, they're like, whoops! And that's the manabase.com Get Dunked On instant replay. This isn't gonna work. Kiora's Follower! Already working. Already paying off. Alright. What do we want in this matchup? Shaper, Sanctuary, for sure. What do we not want in this matchup? I don't think I want any of this other stuff. I know Phyrexian Revoker can turn off particular cards, but I don't think I really care. I might want 2 Wizard's Retorts. So we might want to shave on a land. You know, it's an attrition-based matchup.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like shaving on too many lands. Honestly, don't. All these cards are pretty good. Maybe the only weak link is Benthic Biomancer.
Should replace him with Biomancer's Familiar.
Kopala might be worse than I think, but that's okay. We'll hold on to Kopala, see what happens. Like the 4 cards in this deck, I'm not certain about. I mean, I'm not certain about Kyora's Follower, but I'm really uncertain about Kopala and Kumena, Tyrant of Vraska. Sand is okay. I prefer to have a little bit more grind to it. Like we definitely won that game because of Thassa. Thassa just put land on bottom, draw a good card. Put land on bottom, draw a good card. That's how we win the game.
Not a good start for them.
No turn 1 Thoughtseize. This may sound crazy, but turn 1 Benthic Biomancer may not be like the most ideal thing to do. Okay, so actually, it might have been a mistake. I should play the Botanical Sanctum. That's okay. I'm thinking about what the consequences are of attacking. I want to attack, and if they block, I can adapt. But I don't even know if that's a good thing. Then that means I spent 3 mana just to exchange with 2 mana, and then they basically have the play.
Yeah, hold it up for Trickster.
But I mean, I don't like Grimflare on the battlefield either. Yeah, they go for the block. Well, that was a good draw. I do appreciate that draw. I hope this doesn't bite me, but I'll get rid of the unclaimed territory. Or maybe our opponent has Scavenging Ooze. It's going to be Liliana the Last Hope versus...
No targets.
Yeah, but like... Oh, they're dumping things to get the Grimflare back? That, I think, is a mistake. I don't think like, that ultimate will kill me. And this is like relatively easy to kill, and I just drew a Kopala. That's also great. Okay, so how are we going to do this?
I wish my coffee filters were as good as Thassa as a filter.
Course of Crufix. Now that card's a problem. I really don't like that card. That card is like worth a lot of cards. That's like their Thassa, to be honest. I'll put this on top, but I'm not thrilled with this. Like, another thing, Kopala's not even that good here.
Well.
But I will play a Kopala. The problem with Kopala here is our opponent has an engine for getting a lot of land in play. So, I mean, even if they have to spend 5 mana to kill this Kopala. So what? Then they do it. Okay, cool.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, basically. So now, one nice thing about Kopala is I don't have to worry about any of this shit anymore. Oh, they're just trying to get as much value out of it. Maybe they have another Liliana the Last Hope. I think I can race this. Like, this hand is really powerful. Oh, that's going to be good, because now we're going to play Harbinger of the Tides.
Bounce your ass.
Basically. Okay, I need a land. Oh, that is a nice card, but... I can't risk it. I have to play this thing.
Set devotion on the board. Poof.
I need to start. It looks like this is more about tempo now than attrition. I can't attack with Kopala. My opponent can eat something with Scavenging Ooze and then block it.
You gonna block, bitch? Didn't think so.
This Collected Company, if we can get it online, is going to help swing this game enormously. It's like, our opponent cannot attack back. I mean, okay, I don't want to underestimate the Scavenging Ooze. How many creatures in the graveyard? One. There's one left. Because that still helps. That's extra damage they're attacking us with, and it's life that they're... that life that they gain gets them out of reach. But we do have things like Trickster to, like, slow them down significantly. Look at all the effort. There's not even the good creature to kill. Oh, they don't have Revolt. That's hilarious. Welcome to Pioneer.
It sucks. If you're not playing Merfolk, it sucks.
So here's a situation where, they attack us for quite a bit. But I'm still pretty confident I can win this war. Especially if I can draw land for this Collected Company. It's not what I want.
Come on.
Okay, I do get the land. Well, now I have to really respect my life total. Scavenging Ooze in the graveyards. That's something they can eat. These things have trample. Okay, I'm gonna play a little patiently. Wish there was something I could show them that change their mind to attack, but I can't. Where were you last turn? Because I can't show them any of these cards. Because if I pass without playing anything, then they know something's up. What's hilarious is if they languish now, they'll still kill their Grim Flayers. Okay, Liliana the Last Hope. Was that the third one? So they did have like 3 Liliana Last Hopes. They did! I cannot save this poor creature.
That's
What
right.
you gonna do? I know the fastest scries are not are not working out for me very well right now. Well, Liliana Last Hope doesn't really do anything right now. I could just attack my opponent, and then when I Collected Company, if I hit a Thassa, that's not too bad. Actually, when do I even want to hit this Collected Company? Do I want to do it in combat? Do I want to do it now to bounce the Scavenging Ooze? Do I want to do it pre-combat? Because the thing is, if I hit... There's still 3 Harbinger of the Tides left in my deck.
You just do it
I
now.
need to figure out how to win this game. So this is 9 damage. Now, the lands are not useless, because that can make 3 things unblockable. Okay, I'm just going to attack. Attack you. Really don't care about Liliana, the Last Hope. Last thing I care about. Okay, I will Collected Company at combat. I mean, when they attack. Unless they Thoughtseize me. Then I'm going to Collected Company pre-combat. Now do I still want to do that? That what I said I was going to do. Because this thing has Vigilance. But I still think I want to like bounce one of these things. And also if I find a Trickster after they attack, I can still target it and then block it. That might be useful. It looks like I have to chump block something. Okay, so I'll let them attack. Because I think the advantage of finding Harbinger of the Tides is worth it.
She didn't see this shit coming. Oh.
But like, it's random. I might find garbage. Okay, so I do find the Harbinger of the Tides. I also find a Trickster. That is pretty good. That's actually, it might be ideal. So Trickster, we'll have Trickster target. This is legendary. Maybe I just want to target a Grimflare and double block it. Or maybe I want to target this, chump block it, and then kill my opponent. How much damage do I need to deal? I need to deal a ton of damage. What cards are in my opponent's hand? My opponent has a Courser of Crewfix. Whatever, I'll tap the Questing Beast. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And I guess we'll bounce the Scavenging Ooze. The problem, though, Scavenging Ooze is going to come back.
But small. Very small.
Okay, if I chump, they play Ooze. I'm attacking for 3, 6, 12. Unless I draw another Merfolk Mistbinder.
Could happen.
Anything could happen.
Maybe.
This game is close. Oh wait, hold on. I can play Merfolk Mistbinder, make Thassa unblockable. If I make Thassa unblockable, then I get in 5. Because I can make, yeah, and then one of these things gets blocked. So this is 9, 14 damage. Okay, that's good. I will chump block. And hope our opponent does nothing. And Kopal is really doing a great job protecting our board. And even if our opponent plays land drop, I can't remember if they played land drop for the turn, but even if they go like Scavenging Ooze land drop, that won't be enough. Going up to 14, because I can still attack for 9 plus 5. So my plan is play Merfolk Mistbinder next turn, make Thassa unblockable, attack with the Mutavault and the other 3 creatures. So Ooze blocks one of them. 9 damage gets through, plus the Thassa is 14. That's the plan. Little the cards just getting dumped into the graveyard. Scavenging Ooze back.
Can't do nothing.
Not particularly useful. Oh, this is not a Merfolk. Oh, there is a miscalculation on my part. So does that change anything? That was a great line by our opponent. That is late as hell. Do I still want that? Probably not. Okay, what can I do here? Oh, I can only attack for 12. I can only attack for 12. Her opponent still has a Courser of Crufix in hand. I still have an unblock. I still have an indestructible Thassa. Oh, I missed that. So knowing this, I probably would double block the Questing Beast and then prepare to double block a lot of other creatures. Okay, hold on. How much mana? I have still a lot of mana, but I don't think making things unblockable doesn't matter right now. Or am I missing basic math? This is 3... No, it's only 12 damage. It's close. Close, but no donut. If only Thassa got a little bit bigger. I'm going to pass the turn. I'm going to try to block as many things as possible.
You got a wall.
I have a wall. I can't let anything through, though. I can't let anything through. There's a lot of creatures in the graveyard, too, so Scavenging Ooze can get pretty big. Again, I have a Thassa to block.
Well, he's thinking about it.
Yes, our opponent, who is an aspiring spike, they are thinking about it. Would this board state be easier if I just double block? Because if I did, my Thassa's devotion would be really dubious. Okay, our opponent is deciding to dump 2 cards to take, I don't know, Tireless Tracker maybe. They got... Oh, they went to get Kalitas, okay. Something with lifelink. Oh, I see. So they're going to make a big attack. And then, like, whatever I block with is not going to be... I don't have, like, basically any good blocks here. Or I have very poor blocks. Alright, so let's make some blocks. Because I have to. Oh, I screwed that up. I didn't even activate my Mutavault. Oh, well, that sucks. Okay, so then I have to block this. Double block, double block. Or maybe make some bad single blocks. Oh, that's bad. Okay, Nikachu gotta wake up. Well, it was a pretty interesting game, one way or another. You here?
Game 3. You have a game 3.
I have to at least chump block this. I have to like at least double block this. I have to at least chump block this. I have to at least block like this here. This doesn't kill this thing though. Then my opponent's going to gain a lot of creatures. Whatever, I'll just do it like this. But these are bad blocks. I mean, I prefer that I had an extra Mutavault on the battlefield. Blocking one of these stupid things. That's too bad. That Liliana Last Hope line of shrinking my Thassa. Did not see that coming at all. That was a surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise. And now all my creatures are vulnerable. Is there any way I can come back here? Who will require a collected company, that's for sure. This is a nice card, but not... Okay, hold on. What happens when I play? Well, I mean, I have to, like, win on this turn if I want to win.
Yeah,
5. I have, like, 14 power in play, but I just don't have a way of making it all unblockable. Kopala comes back. Kopala returns. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. I'm gonna lose eventually. I'm down on the clock. You don't want to go too low on the clock. That's a mistake. Oh, my biggest mistake in this game, however, might have been attacking with that Benthic Biomancer on turn, whatever I did. Or even play the maybe Benthic Biomancer is just not worth having in this deck at all. Just being weak to Liliana Last Hope, that sucks. That was so bad. I don't know. It's not that bad. It was just unfortunate.
Should bring that Tormod script.
No, Relic of Progenitus is better. The problem is that it costs a card. I wouldn't mind having Wizard's Retort. We still have a lot of Wizards in the deck. I love Kopala. Kopala worked great. Cards I did not like were Benthic Biomancer. Let's see, I think I'm going to take the draw. I don't want my opponent to have extra cards. I liked how that game went. I just lost, that's all. I think I'm gonna take. I think I want to experiment taking the draw again, like against decks like this. Like, do I need to be on the play? If I mulligan once, it's a catastrophe. It's just a catastrophe. I don't want to be. Yeah, I want to be on the draw. I'll keep this. Sounds good. Sounds actually very good. Hopefully our opponent just skips through their turn. They do! They skipped through their turn because they did not expect that we were taking the draw. Wow. Got him! Got him! That's a got him right there. So we like got an extra card for nothing.
Which they'll take. Ooh, they hate Thassa.
Oh, Thassa is like one of the reasons. Oh man, we're flooding. But that's why we have the draw. The crappy thing about Silvergill is it's really weak to Liliana the Last Hope. Like, really weak. Okay. That's how this is gonna be. So hopefully we can do something with this mana. Well, that's pleasant to see. They might be setting up a Languish. If they, like, don't play a creature here, they've got, like, Languish coming. Oh, yeah, they have Courser. That's fine. We will Windmill Slam this Thassa on the battlefield. And pass. So they're going to get some value. This is a high value deck. That's why I wanted to be on the draw. A lot of value in this deck. They don't attack. That's fine. I will. Oh, that's great. That is great. Alright, make your decision what you're going to do, because, like, I'm going to, like, get way ahead of you now.
Game 1 is in the books.
This game is basically over. Well, I don't want to say that, but that's really brutal for our opponents. Like, if they kill these creatures, we draw cards. Oh god, that sucks. Well, whatever. Okay, so now some Silvergill Adept is gonna die. Okay, now can I attack? Thank you. Alright, we got in there. They had the answer. Okay, so they have an Abrupt Decay on top of their libraries, and oh, Fable Passage. help manipulate the top of their deck. Grimflayer. I will do my best to Harbinger the Tides that thing back to hand, because I don't want that thing to connect. It's not that bad right now, because we have so many cards. Okay, I'm going to dump it. Board state is not that bad. Oops, this was a mistake. I should tap a Mutavault. And the reason I should tap a Mutavault is I want to give... I can't represent Collected Company right now.
What the heck is that?
Murderous Rider. And what's really good about this is that they can play Liliana the Last Hope to get it back. Oh, they don't want their Murderous Rider. Interesting. Ah, great. The next thing that's coming.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise. So they have Abrupt Decay on top of their in their hand, I believe.
Boink.
So the problem with our situation is, as we get Devotion for Thassa, they can just kill the Devotion off. That's the biggest problem with this position right now, that we flooded out on lands. And we have to deal with Liliana the Last Hope soon. It's not good in the face of a Liliana the Last Hope, so I'm going to put it on the bottom, I think.
Collected Company. Not bad. 3, 6, 9, 12 damage. And he can't block the Grimflayer because it'll just get the old die for anything.
That's actually a nice point. You're right there. Or they can. Okay, sorcery, instant, land. They don't have a creature in their graveyard. Attack for 6. They use Abrupt Decay on this thing. It's so painful. I'm not going to play the Merfolk Mistbinder because my opponent has Abrupt Decay in hand.
Of course.
You're going to kill your own creature? No. Okay, so the Abrupt Decay is gone. I don't know how I feel about this exchange. Not great. Okay, so Liliana Last Hope hits the battlefield. And I still have like very little time left, so I better play faster. We most definitely, if we lose this game, it was most definitely because we just flooded on a ton of lands.
Collected Company.
This is not what we want. No cancel. I need that green mana. I don't need it, but it's better to represent.
Select a card.
Oh, please! Just know what I'm trying to cast, damn it. So we're not dead yet. But, like, certainly this Courser... And the Scavenging Ooze is going to get really big. Did they find Murderous Rider? They found a Questing Beast. That'll make short work of me. That's interesting. Alright, they're scared of Harbinger of the Tides. Lo and behold, I don't have anything in my hand. Well, there's literally the card that they were scared of. I guess I'll put it into my hand. I don't know whether it's right to attack my opponent or attack Liliana Last Hope. It all feels hopeless. How about that? That's how I'll put it. It all feels hopeless. I can't get this Thassa online. My opponent has another Liliana Last Hope. Stupid Courser of Crew. Like, the whole deck, our opponent's deck is so totally online. But I depended on, like, playing 2 things a turn at some point, and that never happened. Never came to be. Bounce the Ooze, because that can kill me. Oh, this is stupid. Okay, I resign. My opponent's just gonna Murderous Rider my Lord, and I get 2 for 1. We were dead anyway. There was just nothing that we can do. It was an unfortunate round. In these games were way closer than it looked. I did not in any way get rolled. In game 2, that was a very close match, and in game 3, we flooded out really hard, even though we had a Thassa on the battlefield. Thassa is definitely one of the key players here. And I even sided out more of my 1-drops. Like, I know that these things are really weak to Liliana the Last Hope. I mean, I'm still going to keep Silver Gill Adept because it's still Silver Gill Adept, but it's just awful in the face of Liliana the Last Hope. And a lot of people requesting, hey, Nikachu, why aren't you playing with, what's it called? Metallic Mimic. Metallic Mimic has a lot of problems, and, like, first, the Lord needs to come out first, then the creature second, which is not good. But in addition to that, gets nailed by things like Walking Ballista and Liliana the Last Hope, not where you want to be. But anyway, it was a good first round, and I really liked how the deck performed, so let's see how it does in round 2. We won the die roll, but this hand is pretty, like, it's slow, clunky, has really not much going for it. But I'm on the play, and I've collected company, so I can really come back. Let's keep it. I want to be adventurous. I definitely have to mulligan this thing on the draw. I'm going to play a Mutavault just in case my opponent plays a tapped land and I have nothing else to do on turn 2. The disadvantage is a lot of my 2-drops cannot cast Mutavault. Ooh, and our opponent is already getting into the red zone. So we're up against blue-green aggro. Which could be a problem, because if our opponent ramps into... I think they play Thought-Knot Seer. If they ramp into Thought-Knot Seers, they can take our collected company away. Which I don't want them to do, but whatever. And we are drawing a lot of land again. Maybe I can shave a land now that we're playing Kiora's Follower, but I'm not sure.
No!
Nisa, who shakes the world. Why does this thing have vigilance? It's pretty annoying. I'm just gonna pass. And then we'll just collected company at combat when they attack. Sorry, when they attack, not at combat. Vivian. Got all the planeswalkers. Distribute 2 counters, 2 target creatures. They gain trample until the end of turn.
Damn.
So I'll tell you what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for Thassa and a double blue creature. Preferably Harbinger of the Tides. No, Harbinger doesn't work. I don't know what I'm hoping for. We're just going to play Collected Company and see what happens. Whoa, that was bad. Okay. That was a bad Collected Company. When Collected Company fails... Well, I don't have anything that I can do here. This is just terrible.
Great start for them.
Hey, I kept the garbage hand, so it's my fault.
Merfolk needs these mana creatures.
Well, that's what we got the Kiora's follower for.
Well, technically, it's not adding mana.
Here's the good side. I've got a lot of Mutavaults. How did we draw so many lands and then we completely whiff on Collected Company? You tell me. You tell me.
What's the algorithm?
I don't know what to do. Pass again? They've got a really good combo here. They ramp into their... I don't have Tidebinder Mage in this deck. Tidebinder Mage would rock this deck. Tap you on turn 2. Then what? Looks pretty dependent on big planeswalkers. Ooh, Burning Tree. So this is just a green devotion deck. Which, whatever. It's all good. Okay. Oh, no, that actually doesn't do anything here. You have to pay 2 mana to even target anything.
It's crazy.
It is. It is a bit crazy. This position would not be that bad if I have a Thassa in play. But I do not have a Thassa in play. So I can cleanly blow... Well, let's use our Mutavaults. Let's also use our Kiora's follower. To help activate the other Mutavault. So we don't die. I mean, we're pretty close to dying anyway. And Kopala protects my Merfolk, but does not protect my face. Which is what Walking Ballista is about to do. This is just not very fair.
Mark Rosewater's to blame. So.
Yeah, Mark Rosewater. Well, a lot of people like to blame him for anything. So here it looks like a pretty good spot for Phyrexian Revoker. Hits mana creatures. Probably Wizard's Retort is good. Maybe... I don't know if I want to put Shaper's Sanctuary in. I think Kumana is bad. Okay, hold on. How many... I'm bringing 2 Revokers. What if they gum up the battlefield? So I might want... I probably still want Harbinger. Harbinger is probably not the greatest, but not too terrible. I probably want Benthic Biomancer just to be a little bit aggro, so okay, we'll do it this way. On the play, maybe I should have these Wizard's Retorts. My opponent had already selected their sideboard strategy. Yes, I would like to go first. And this time I will be as aggressive as possible. This hand looks great, actually. This hand looks very good.
Hey, Mulligan.
That's great. We can go Biomancer, then just Trickster a million times. Actually, I might take a turn off to play the Kiora's follower. Because I don't think there's anything going to be happening on turn 3 that's super scary. But it looks like turns 4+ it will be scary. I mean, they might go Burning Tree Emissary into a million things, and there's just nothing I can do about that. So the idea with Burning Tree Emissary is just a free way of playing a creature. It's a Manamorphose on a creature. Oh, here comes Nykthos. Trample enters the battlefield with X1/1 counters. Enters battlefield, choose one, double counters, or fights target creature you don't control. So you want to kill my Benthic Biomancer?
Fight.
It's not bad. That forest sucks. Do I want to attack?
She bounced his elf.
The problem is I can't use this forest. Like, that was the worst land to draw. I could play 2 spells this turn if that was anything else. Unclaimed Territory. Island. Botanical Sanctum. Breeding Pool. But it was a forest. I can't use this colorless mana. At least not this turn. Next turn I guess I can, because I can play... No, I can't even play Thassa and then untap something. Unless I draw another land. Okay, I will attack. Yeah, we'll bounce something. Bounce the elf. So that was a pretty ugly draw. Ooh. Do you not have mana? Okay, that's good. So Merfolk Trickster is going to be even more impactful in the future. Alright, so now at least we can untap a land, play Trickster. I'll attack with the Harbinger of the Tides. If they want to double block, I'll kill their Elvish Mystic, which I don't think they want to do. Label this Merfolk. Clear Thassa. And then at upkeep, we'll tap down the Elvish Mystic.
Aha!
No Veil of Summer for you.
Sick tech.
That's the point of Kiora's Follower. That's the point. Look, and that's very convenient. I think our opponent is resigning.
Which you should.
All right. We got it. We got one. Now on the draw, I most certainly would not want to have Wizard's Retort. That would be way too slow. I'll just keep the deck as it was. That hand was almost perfect except for the forests. Those screwed me over. We have to have a little bit more green mana in the deck, though, to accommodate Collected Company. Can't cast Collected Company off of Unclaimed Territories. I don't like this hand, but I'm going to keep it. Because we can't. I don't think we can afford to do anything else. Ew. See? Just like I said. So the question is, what am I going to do on turn... what's it called? The next... Ooh, our opponent is in pretty good position. Keep drawing these unclaimed territories.
Somebody claimed
our opponent has like way too much mana, so I'm just going to try to compete by catching up myself with Kiora's Follower. But our opponent is like way ahead here. That Nykthos and these creatures are going to do us in pretty badly. Walking Ballista for 2. That's dangerous. Okay, can we get a green mana source so I can Collected Company on turn 3? That's the point of this tech. That's the point. Oh wow, they're not even gonna let us do that. That's how scary that tech is. Look what we've made them do. Guess hit Elvish Mystic at upkeep. slow down their mana by just a little bit, but enough. Actually, it's not really going to help that much. They're going to play Burning Tree Emissary next turn, then activate Nykthos, add like 5 mana. They're going to do whatever they want. Yep, there's Nisa. Here comes the beats.
I hate this deck.
You know what? Merfolk hates green decks. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What part of 90% by turn 4 is this?
It's the other 90%.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any good plays here, so we're just going to be on defense a little bit. Hopefully our opponent cannot do very much. And the thing is, with Courser on the battlefield, you know what this format needs? Dismember. That's what this format needs. Galactic Company is such a good, powerful card, but it has turned out such shite for me in a lot of my camera matches. Like, look what it's doing here.
Yeah.
Grab one card, do nothing here.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it looks like they go... I don't know, maybe they have a Hydroid Crisis already in hand? Or maybe they have Walking Ballista in hand? It's like a standard deck. Well, I mean, I'm basically dead. I'll look at my draw step, but I have nothing to do here. Forest? No, okay. Thank you very much. Well, not a good start for my Simic Pioneer deck, but this matchup might be bad. It probably can be short up with Tidebinder Mage. I have to play a little bit more of Pioneer post Oko banning to know if Tidebinder Mage is still good. It's not, it's like, it's good in some matchups and just terrible in others. But so far, if we pay attention, this would be one of the our first 2 matchups. Tidebinder Mage is good, so maybe I have to focus a little bit more on that and maybe less on Harbinger of the Tides. But I don't want to underestimate Izzet Phoenix. Anyway, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Hand is poor. Jeez, this forest is just a beating. But there's no other good land in its place. Or maybe I could experiment with Hinterland Harbor because I don't need turn 1 Commander Speaker anymore. This hand is good because we can get rid of one of the Kopalas. Yeah, we're on the draw.
Not more bullshit.
Tuned with Ether, so might be Marvel. At the very least, they're going to be playing with Marvel-like cards.
Like Marvel versus Capcom Marvel?
No.
Superman, Spider-Man. When are we going to get that crossover, Wizards? Come on.
It's on the way. We already have My Little Pony crossover.
Really?
Yeah. They made My Little Pony, these special promo My Little Pony cards.
Oh, God.
Everything looks good right now, but then our opponent, out of nowhere, will just, like, wind slam Marvel and then spin it and kill us. Oh, Dynavolt Tower. I can't remember how this works. When you cast an instant or sorcery, get energy, pay 5 energy, deals 3 damage to any target. Okay. That's where Kopala is going to come in handy. Hopefully. Attack! This deck is just all, like, removal spells. Well, Thassa and Kopala might make a good team here. We'll see.
Like tuna and mayo. They go well together.
So far, Thassa is, like, still... So if you want to know what to replace your Okos with in Pioneer, it looks like Thassa is the card.
It's good.
Yeah, so long as we keep drawing creatures, it's good. So given they just need to pay energy, Coppola might not actually be the all great card that I'm looking for. I'm going to pass. I sort of want my opponent to tap out. I know they're not going to do that on their turn. But at the very least, I don't have to do anything this turn. Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, get energy. You know what's going to be good in this matchup? Counter spells for Dynavolt Tower. Going after me? That's ridiculous.
It's got no other choice.
Yeah, my creatures. Like, aren't you a control deck?
Hey, come on, Lucky Charms, hurry it up. I remember when they added the rainbow to Lucky Charms.
Well, they might have sweepers in their deck, so they don't care if I empty my hand. Like, maybe they have Anger the Gods for all I know. Alright, I'll attempt to play Merfolk Trickster. Resolves! 2 damage to target creature. If there are 2 or more instants or sorceries, deals 3 damage instead. Okay. Our opponent is thinking about something. They're probably just trying to get their triggers to resolve. Kumena, not bad. Okay, I like this card. We have Kumena and Coppola.
Voila.
I honestly don't know what to do. Start off with Coppola, I guess. They could kill the Silver Gill Adept.
Oof.
Current target spell deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Okay. This thing gets bigger. Attack for 2.
We're having a runaway Steamkin.
It ran away. And I'm just gonna still not play things. Maybe our opponent does have enough to just deal damage to us to death. They seem confident. Three damage target creature or planeswalker. Okay, so it dies. Oh, I need this Dynavolt Tower to automatically yield. This is very annoying. So Kathasa is doing a pretty good job, but also our opponent's Dynavolt Tower is also doing a pretty good job. Oh, excellent. Yeah, we'll definitely put that on top. Okay, that is definitely the type of card that we need. Merfolk. Put this in play. Then if our opponent taps out enough, we will cast the Collected Company.
Hopefully smash them.
Because apparently they have this Ionize card. Okay, we're going to let this resolve first, and then I'm going to play Collected Company. If I play Collected Company beforehand, we give our opponent a better idea of what the dig for with dig through time. I've definitely made that mistake on camera to like do things in response to the dig through time. It's very silly. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I feel like Snap resigning right there. That was bullshit. That was so rude. That card is so bad against everything else in our deck.
Spell Pierce, still showing its worth.
Yeah.
I own 200 Spell Pierce.
So the good news... Is there good news? I've played against Dynavolt Tower decks before. Usually you just have to destroy the Dynavolt Tower, and then the deck doesn't really do anything. Like, it's just like an attrition-based deck with, like, basically no win condition. Oh, we have another one of these. That's good. 7 mana, so... Alright, so if you have Spell Pierce in your deck, let's do this pre-combat. Or let's do this beforehand. Okay, so we'll get one of these and one of these. Maybe we can draw a blue spell or a land. So almost everything is good except for a 3-drop. So it can activate Thoughts and attack.
Ooh.
That's actually quite amazing. Smart. Okay, so we don't get to attack with anything this turn. But on the other hand, if our opponent is using their Dynavolt Towers to attack our board, that's got to be a good sign. Oh, this has got to be bad for us. So if they have 2 of them out, then they just double the energy that they make for every spell that they cast. So they've got 6, like right then and there. That's enough to... Well, it can still only kill 1 creature. If I can scry into a few more double blue spells, maybe we can get there. Maybe. Okay, this has got to be bad. So at 12, they can kill off these 2 things. I'm just going to keep it because it's a creature. I didn't think about this, but this Kumana is invincible against this Dynavolt Tower crap. That seems so silly. You have lethal. You could kill me, right? Right? Oh, I'm still gonna die? Is that how it's gonna be? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm gonna die anyway? You're at 6. So you can shoot me one more time. I have to be dead.
Oh, yeah. Dynavolt Tower.
6-11.
They wanted to,
I think I'm just gonna pass.
They wanted to build it next to Urza's tower, but zoning laws prohibited it.
I'm just gonna pass.
Said it would block the sun.
Torrential Gear Hulk. Assuming that's really bad news. Glimmer of Genius. Oh yeah, okay, so you just play that, get 4 more energy, kill me. Alright, Dynavolt Tower wins.
What a bunch of silly jank this deck is.
Well, hopefully I can make it look like that. I'm not very convinced by these sort of control decks. But I mean, it's playing with Dig Through Time. I don't know if I've played against Dynavolt Tower when they had Dig Through Time available. Holy crap, Shaper's Sanctuary looks really good. Tormod's Crypt actually probably will end up being good. I'm actually gonna bring in all this stuff. Am I gonna bring in all 15 cards? It seems excessive, but
why did they ban Oko in this format?
Why did they ban Oko?
Yeah.
People hate Oko. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some mana sources. Might have to trim on some collected companies. Kopala seems pretty useless, to be honest. Kamena seems fine. Harbinger looks pretty bad. 22 lands. Even 4 mana flash in a creature is not too bad, so I'm going to keep that. Alright, maybe I'll shave one more. So basically the deck is now very threat dense. Or more threat dense. And we've got a lot of counter magic. And I'm going to use this so that we have like some room to beat Torrential Gear Hulk, Dig Through Time. I hope this maybe is not necessary. Maybe this is a mistake, but that's what I'm doing. Do I want Benthic Biomancer?
Nah.
It's early game pressure, and I can adapt them. Yeah, whatever. Just gonna keep it as it is. I expect getting Thassa online is going to be difficult, but that's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Yes. Keep. Now, Rovoker is not the greatest card here, I will admit, because it can just get killed by anything, or almost anything.
REL should be able to absorb your opponent's energy counters.
Aetherval, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shaper's Sanctuary is good. But the sad thing is I don't have any answer to our opponent's thingamabob. What's it called? Their win condition. So we now have currently nothing on the battlefield. Oh, the Dynavolt Tower. Okay, no Dynavolt Tower. Not bad. Could be worse.
You'd think that they would mulligan to that in their opening hand.
So here's one problem with Tormod's Crypt. Like, when's the right time to play this thing?
Yesterday.
Well, I don't have a creature. Sorry, I don't have a counterspell. So if I have no counterspell, we're going to jam Thassa. Hopefully it resolves. Doesn't get hit by that stupid ionized garbage. No ionize. Great. No, I will not do anything about this. Maybe now's a good time to play Tormod's Crypt. Not let our opponent get any value.
Somebody's steamed.
Hopefully.
Like a runaway steamkin.
I cannot play a whole lot of things in my hand at the moment. Can't even play this land and play Merfolk Trickster. I think I'm gonna have to look at Hinterland Harbor because this forest is just terrible. Like it's really hurting this deck. It's hurting this deck so much. And maybe I could probably take out like 2 forests, 2 unclaimed territories for 4 Hinterland Harbor. Given that I've reduced the number of 1-drop creatures in my deck to just Benthic Biomancer, which can depend on these things, which is fine. So, like, I don't... Okay, this is what I'll do. I'm just going to go in for damage. It's a weird spot where I want to play a creature, but I don't have... There's no good advantage to doing that. So I'll attack with Mutavault. If my opponent, for some ludicrous reason, wants to kill this Mutavault, then I get to play the Botanical Sanctum. Okay, so this is going to work out for us. So we are going to draw a card. This thing's going to die. I get to play the Botanical Sanctum in untapped, and now I can play Merfolk Trickster at end of turn. And then maybe start getting a board state. But I would very certainly like to see some counter magic soon. Which we do not have yet. Still waiting. Hooray! Thas resolves. Alright, see what we can do with this. See what our opponent's going to do about this. Harness Lightning. This is always going to resolve. We're always going to say yes. Yes! That's nice. Alright, Mystical Dispute gives us some game. Against stuff like Dig Through Time. Shaper Sanctuary and Thassa hopefully are going to do a ton of work now. I do want that. I do want some lands. So what do we start off with here? Let's start off with Kiora's Follower. Play land pass. Are they going for the dig through time? Excellent. Tit for tat. You disputed my Thassa, and I'm disputing your damn time. I guess they can just play the Gear Hulk and then, like, dig through that time. That's pretty good. Nope, that's not what they're doing here. This sort of goes with what I said earlier about, like, if you don't have this Dynavolt Tower out, this deck doesn't really do anything. Which is why if you can counter it, then that's then you're golden. I might as well just keep the Revoker on top. So I'm in a weird position where I don't want to commit too much stuff, because I would overextend into an Anger of the Gods. Fortunately, Kumena can dodge Anger of the Gods.
Here we come.
I wonder, did our opponent, like, side out the Dynavolt Towers? And Dynavolt Tower will at least, like... I'm sorry, Shaper Sanctuary should at least, like... reduce the risk of Dynavolt Tower. So now we can start playing Phyrexian Revokers. I think.
Fuck your shit up.
I love how I put something on the bottom and then it just comes back anyway. Don't really have anything else to do here. This is going to be a neat game now. This is a game where our opponent will, like, activate Dynavolt Tower. Every single time it targets something, I draw a card. How do we get ahead? Who gets ahead? How is it possible? Yeah, shock yourself. I guess they're ready to play Gear Hulk.
Hogan. You should just run it all out there.
No, I'm not going to quite do that. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should not have played this thing. I think they're representing Gear Hulk, so you know what? I'm just not going to cast anything. Just going to attack for 3. And if our opponent tries to play Gear Hulk, I guess it doesn't matter. Gear Hulk to block, I can make this thing unblockable. Up to 10, but then they're just going to kill it with Dynavolt Tower anyway. Which, whatever, that's okay. And then, I don't know, post-combat, I guess we'll play the Revoker. It's a grindy matchup, but that's Pioneer. That's Pioneer for you. Our opponent's just taking the whole damage. Okay, it's fine too. Oh, maybe they got dig through. What did they get? No, they don't have to tell us. But maybe they got, what's it called? Anger of the Gods. Which would be a problem. Something big is getting cast. Hour of Devastation, that is bad. All creatures lose indestructible, deals 5 damage to each creature, and something else. Ah! Dig through time again? Okay. I will admit, this is very impressive what our opponent is doing. To be able to defeat both Shaper, Sanctuary, and Athasa. This is very late. I mean, if I could counter this Torrential Gear Hulk, this game would... I mean, this game is over. Like, this is just not what I need right now. No, do you know what? We're gonna keep it. It's not what I need right now, but... whatever.
Still got Aether Wells.
I do.
And he's tapped out. Oh, but can he use the
yeah,
tower?
Yes, absolutely. Can use the tower.
Piece of shit.
Yes. So I'm assuming the Dynavolt Tower is going to kill the Mutavault. It's not. Opponent's making a lot of funny decisions this game.
Maybe he's asleep at the wheel.
Maybe. Oh, they're going after me? Okay, so you can deal 5... Well, I can block the Gear Hulk. I'll try to do that. Or I'm going to counter this thing, that's for sure.
Perfect mana.
Now do I want to block this Gear Hulk? Oh! They're scared. Excellent. That's where we want them to be. How much mana do we have?
Oh, yeah. Do it. Do it now.
Okay, I'll put this on top, but I'm not actually going to I'm not going to cast it this turn. I think I have a better chance of winning if I try to just make 2 unblockable creatures. Do you have another removal spell? You're going to do that. Okay.
Well, that thing's tapped. You can play a Trickster. It's all about whether he's actually got removal in hand.
It is. Okay, so this thing's gonna die. I draw a land. It's not a very good land. Okay, I'm gonna have to pass. They're still not in a great spot, unless they can find a spell that can shoot my face. Because I am effectively at 2. That land drop looks good for me. I guess they can freely attack for 5 if they plan on killing my Mutavault. I actually have to attack with this Mutavault. I can't let the Dynavolt Tower take a turn to attack me, because they could just shoot me for 3 and then untap and win. Oh, that's terrible. They might find some spell that just shoots my face. They found 2 cards. Second Dynavolt Tower. Yeah, that'll kill me. Alright, good game.
Unfrickin' believable.
Yeah, why? I don't know, maybe Spell Pierce is better than Mystical Dispute. I'm not sure. But I have Mystical Dispute in here for the Is It Phoenix matchup, which I think is still a pretty important matchup. And also for Blue-White Control, which I also think is a pretty important matchup. The thing is that these Pioneer games go really long, and I think Mystical Dispute has a little bit more playability than Spell Pierce. I could be wrong. I don't know if Spell Pierce would have been good. Like, they played their Dynavolt Tower on turn 1 billion. Well, anyway, this is just terrible.
It's turning into an egg.
It might turn into a perfect egg league. But anyway, that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. So we lost the die roll. I think the hand's fine on the draw. Keep it. Birds of a feather flock together. We keep a 4-land hand and keep finding more mana.
Andrew Katz. Andy, is that you?
Andrew has no cats. What is this? Are we going to see... Now this deck could have Lightning Skelemental.
Spinal.
Are we going to see Lightning Skelemental? Because we can actually kill it with Trickster. Eternal Scourge. Okay, that's great. That card is going to play very badly against Merfolk Trickster. Because whenever it gets targeted, it just disappears. Poof! Now, they can cast it from exile, but still, this is big tempo swing for us. Yeah, that's not bad.
I see why this guy's in this bracket.
I guess they might be saying the same thing themselves. Oh, it's a Merfolk deck. This is gonna be easy. So I need to test more Pioneer. It's hard to play. Honestly, it's a bit difficult to play test Pioneer because of the the games are long. That's a sort of a downside to Pioneer. Some of these games are incredibly long, and that does not make it like fun and enjoyable. I'm just gonna take the most mana efficient line here and just pass with Collected Company up. Then next turn we can play Thassa and something else. What else is in this deck? Like, what does this deck do? It's just a red-black deck with Eternal Scourge. Or maybe it's a red-black control deck and this is their win condition?
Maybe it's this, maybe it's that.
Chandra. I cannot do anything about this. Swamp. Drain the swamp. Do or do not. There is no try. Okay, just in case I hit a Harbinger, I might as well do this. I don't, but I hit the Trickster, which is fine. And I guess we'll find ourselves a Kumena Tyrant or Vraska. Any order? Any order should just be the default. That's nice. So hopefully I'm not inviting myself into a world of pain. I mean, maybe that was incorrect, because our opponent could have... Yeah, our opponent could have, like, Fatal Push or something, which just kills one of these creatures, and then Chandra lives, and I definitely want Chandra to die, so I better kill it right now. So I should not have played this and exposed it. I should just play Thassa, hold up Merfolk Trickster, and pass. So now our opponent is thinking, what do I do with my black removal spell? Do I kill this thing? Do I kill this thing? Do I just wait? Alright, Thassa. I'm happy that I drew you a million times this league. Overall, you've done well for me. I think.
Oh yeah.
The games just didn't break my way. Our opponent is not double queuing. They're just very they are not used to Magic the Gathering Online. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not double queuing. They might have went to the washroom. They might have taken a break. I have a strange feeling that there are not so many double queuers in the 03 bracket.
You never know.
So while we have some downtime, I can tell you I found like this new awesome YouTube channel called Street Beefs. It's just full of amateur it's basically boxing and MMA ponies fighting against each other. It's just ponies, and it's hilarious. They're 3-round matches. The players get tired very quickly. Well, not always, but usually. Like they're not even at bum level. They're at pony level. They're all ponies. They all have these great street names. Italian Tyson, the Rocket. I don't know. I'm just making that. I made that last one up, but like they've got. I've been binging them, and they're very short clips. They're anywhere between like 3 and 7 minutes long. Street Beefs. I have no idea how the hell this ended up on my recommended feed. I'm not like first of all, I don't like watching MMA at all. I don't watch the UFC. I really don't care for it. I do watch a little bit of boxing, usually prize fights, but and I love the undercuts. I love amateurs fighting against each other because they're not as good, so there's a higher chance of someone getting knocked out. Anyway, Street Beefs is definitely, if you're, and it is hilarious. It is a huge. It looks like a huge meme for like the sport of fighting. They keep track of records.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. Or did our opponent just not think that? I don't know what our opponent was doing. Well, yeah, so what else happened in Street Beefs that I can explain to those who don't watch boxing or MMA? A lot of it is done outdoors.
They mostly just take the hits to the face.
Oh, we won the match. Look at that. Our opponent just lost connection. They're like, screw this whole thing. They're in the 0-3. You know what? Yeah, beautiful. Boom. We won. We're on the scoreboard with at least one victory. Let me focus.
That was very fast.
Can I come back and focus, please? It was not fast. It took forever for our opponent to resign. Anyway, that was round 4, and we'll talk more about Street Beefs in round 5. So for the final round, we are on the play. This hand is quite. We don't have a payoff card, but whatever. Maybe we can see the power of Kiora's follower. If Kiora's follower can at least empty my hand somewhere later in this turn, then I will be satisfied. We can play like Silvergill Adept into Harbinger of the Tides. That's not so bad. Or even like pump this thing up. Island Pass. Attack. We're probably up against Mono Blue Devotion. Cannot think of anything else that plays islands. Except our deck. Yeah, so like at the beginning of every it's such a weird show, the Street Beefs thing. At the beginning of every single video, they say use protection. Browse the internet with privacy. Don't let your past haunt you. They remind you every single video about internet privacy, but they are not, as far as I can see, are not sponsored by any VPN service or anything like that.
They're not actually advertising a brand or anything.
Yeah, nothing. It's not even in the description.
Just giving good advice. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. Okay, we're up against Spirits. And the great thing is this is going to act like... Okay, this is... Hopefully we see the power of Kiora's follower here. Okay, so I'm going to start this off with Silvergill Adept, revealing Silvergill Adept. Now, pending what we draw, I might play the thing off of Kiora's follower right now. I do not. So let's attack for 1. Could potentially be more. And I'll play the other Silvergill Adept. And that's great. This is a great start. This is exactly what I wanted to happen.
In every game.
Yeah, something like that. Beautiful. It's all coming together in the end. Another Silvergill Adept. Just keep that gas coming. But that turn 3 for Merfolk is always awkward because we have all these 2-drops. Unless we're playing a Thassa.
Or Oko.
What are you doing? You are main phasing your Spell Queller? Or maybe you're afraid of counter magic from me?
With all that untapped mana.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're like, well, this is a bit silly. Who knows what we were drawing. So what do we want against them? Maybe Mystical Dispute. They have a fair number of blue spells in their deck. And having the ability to counter Spell Queller, I think, is going to be good. I think we want to be really lean. We'll get rid of Kopala. We'll get rid of Kumena. 28 creatures still? That's fine. Maybe on the play I'll bring in Wizard's Retort. I don't think they have enough spot removal to make Shaper Sanctuary useful. Yeah, so if anyone out there has seen Street Beefs before, I'm part of the club now. Anyway, well, but okay, now my favorite part of Street Beefs is the fucking comment section. The comment section is gold. They always criticize something, or they have the most trolly comments possible. I like these sort of hands, but they suck. This is too poor on the draw. Yes, keep. Toss. I guess I'll toss an island. That might bite me, though.
I also enjoy the comment section for police interrogation videos.
Oh, yeah?
There's a lot of gold in there.
Plains pass. Breeding pool pass. Yeah, with nothing to do on turn 1, gonna be hard to take advantage of any tempo here. Supreme Phantom. Well then, okay, so I'm gonna want to get this Kiora's Follower out because this gives us tempo. Now our opponent could, well, I mean, there are cards in their deck that can undermine this. Things like Deputy of Detention, Teferi. Oh, Reflector Mage. Yeah, that too. Come on, Magic the Gathering Online, get your shit together. We gotta make some of this stuff move faster. This is pointless. There is one target. Does it even say May? When it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. They have no choice. Just make it happen. Reflector Mage hits the battlefield. Someone at Wizards has to be watching this. Reflector Mage hits the battlefield. Just automatically bounce the thing. I have no response. My opponent has no response. Why is the priority being held for my opponent? We gotta move the game a little bit faster online. It's a little too technical. I mean, here, I should just pass until end of turn. Alright. I do not want to fall too far behind on tempo, so I'm going to start playing things like Harbinger of the Tides, bouncing Supreme Phantom. Thassa is not a good blocker. I mean, I guess Thassa can help us draw into a second land so we can start playing two creatures. Also, Harbinger is going to be a pretty poor card to bounce with Reflector Mage. Okay. No blocks. Shall I? Voice of Plenty. Can you protect this thing somehow? Well, not that I even wanted to bounce this. I'm going to play Thassa. I think it's time to curve. I think it's about time that I get my hand to do some good stuff. This is an Angel. What is an Angel doing in your Spirits deck? There's a lot of non-spirits in this deck. We got a human. We have an Angel. Supreme Phantom. Doing a great job there. 1/3 flyer. 2 mana. Good rate. Now, make no mistake, we are definitely losing right now. Put it on the bottom. Okay, we do get our land. And I think... I'm just going to pass. Although I admit I can't let this go on for too long. Smell a spell queller. So let's see. Say you play one spell queller. This is 5, 6. And then next turn I play Harbinger, attack for 5. Okay, I'll take this damage. Doesn't this ability cost green mana? This deck is funny. Actually, you know what? Maybe maybe if they have spell queller, I just can't do much. No, yeah, I can still do something. Petty theft, okay. I didn't see that coming. Okay, so this resolved. That's good. So we can get Harbinger of the Tides. We can get... Yeah, I think I'm going to get a Harbinger and a Mistbinder. See, this is a May. Okay, we're going to bounce that. Now... Okay, they have a 3-power attacker. Does that matter? Can we do anything about that? Yeah, I think we could do something about that. Let's see, what if we attack for 4? Okay, I'm just going to attack with everything. If our opponent plays Spell Queller, I'll tap it down with Merfolk Trickster and then follow it up with Harbinger of the Tides. Or if our opponent just lets it all through, I'll play Harbinger of the Tides and then probably play Trickster on their turn. Play Harbinger of the Tides, bounce the Supreme Phantom. We're actually not too concerned about Reflector Mage. Oh wow, what if you have Deputy of Detention and sweep up all these Harbingers? That would be terrible. You know what? On second thought, maybe I should play... Should I play Thassa here?
No, hold up, Trickster.
They're going to play Brazen Borrower. Okay, I am relatively convinced my opponent can't kill me that next turn. And pass. So Harbinger or the Thassa can block the Reflector Mage. But I don't even need to. Okay, here comes Brazen Borrower. Harbinger did a lot of work this game. This is certainly a good tempo card. Finally, we're seeing some play out of Harbinger of the Tides. I don't know how well positioned this card is. It might not be very well positioned in Pioneer. I just know it's good against Izzet Phoenix because you need some good solid answer against the Thing in the Ice decks. Attack for 3. We definitely can still lose.
Oh, yeah. But you won't.
Our opponent keeps playing land drops. So what does that mean? Do I have to win next turn? Is that what the game's telling me?
Lightning bolt.
Shall I? And if that's true, do I have enough mana to do this? Maybe I'm still losing. Oh look, they kept up 3 mana for something. I can't put that land into play untapped this turn, so I'm not going to keep it.
Lord.
So I can tap this, but then still die to this. So we gotta win this turn. I can Trickster Shalai. Make Thassa unblockable. This gets blocked. It looks bad. It looks bad. Like they're holding up either Petty Theft mana or Spell Queller mana. I can make 3 things unblockable, but that's not good enough.
Just run into it. Just run right out into whatever he's got. You have no choice.
Or maybe my opponent didn't want to tap out because then it would look like they would lose. Okay, I can't do anything else. I die next turn, so. Can you deal with Thassa? I guess shocking didn't matter. No, because if they block the Lord, then I don't care. I guess shocking looks strong. Looks like I'm gonna do something.
Mantis Rider.
You son of a bitch. So block. 11 damage! Ah, it's a bit short.
You have no blockers for flyers. Right click concede.
Oh no, I don't even have anything. Yeah, so let's right click concede. That's gotta be a shirt. Right click concede. That was close. Good on our opponent. I guess flooding out helped them a lot. Flooding out with when we had Harbingers was a good thing. It undermined the tempo aspect. Okay, so on the play, there's room to play Wizard's Retort. Forget it. I think Mystical Dispute is enough. I don't really want to take anything out. Wizard's Retort is a good tempo card. Would you like to play first? Yes. Please. This hand's terrible. Why do leagues do this? We like flooded out so much, and now we're not getting any lands. This hand's good. Keep this. Just dump the unnecessaries. Done. If this was Botanical Sanctum, this hand would be really good. We could come back, or we could lose miserably. I'm gonna counter this.
Ha!
There's no telling if I can use this later. And at the very least, we will still have the initiative. Oh, and also this thing can just counter this at its will. So it'll just get a bunch of free damage in against us. Double Lord is nice. We have to win on tempo because we're just down on a million cards. So we have to win on tempo. There's no other way. I have to play this land anyway, so we better play it, play Merfolk, and then use that to cast our spell. At least give the illusion that we can do something with the other mana.
Spellpers.
Or Mystical Dispute. Reflector Mage, okay. That does suck. That's going to make it hard to attack into the board. But, you know, if your deck is full of like Brazen Borrower, Reflector Mage, Shalai, is this even necessary? Like, is Supreme Phantom the card even necessary in the deck? It's like a lord for just very few creatures. It's like just a blue-white flash deck for the most part. I mean, maybe it's fine. But I'm just curious. So we get a little bit of tempo. And pass. Can't play Mistbinder this turn because of Reflector Mage says, no, 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 no. Not till next turn.
Pay life.
Showing Hollowed Fountain. I really don't... I don't like... I don't really want to see my opponent curving out like this with mana. Because it's just going to make it harder and harder and harder for me to get damage through. Or we're going to get in for a nice healthy 8. This next turn. Assuming there's no blocks. I'm gonna still do this. I want to keep the pressure up. Rather be the aggressor. They can double block, but then they lose the Shalai. Okay, that is going to happen. Unless they have a second Shalai in hand, this should be the correct block. See, by keeping the pressure up, it keeps cards off the table from my opponent. Oh, they have Deputy of Detention. Deputy finally arrives. Okay, so you've got Hollow Fountain in hand. But they're running out of cards. They have Hollow Fountain and Selfless Spirit. Not Selfless, Supreme Phantom. If the last card is a dud, maybe well, no, this still is pretty bad because our opponent will have just 3 random cards on the battlefield and all we have is a Thassa and a Mutavault.
Dude.
And we don't have any good way of dealing with a Deputy of Detention. So I don't know if this is a list that like made a 5-0 or something, but It's a mishmash of sort of spirits, sort of blue-white flash. And I have nothing against, adding, non-tribal cards in your tribal deck. But, like, look how many you're running. What I'm trying to say is, I have no problem with someone playing Mausoleum Wanderer in a deck like this, just as a random card. To, random flyer, deals damage early. But what the hell is the point of this thing? It doesn't look like it has enough synergy with the rest of the deck. Sort of what I'm getting at.
It's just a brew.
Oops, I can't actually tap mana. Alright. They've got a clock. They don't have many creatures on the battlefield, but they sort of have a clock. I can block the Deputy of Detention with my Mutavaults, I guess.
Let's come down to it.
So we had tempo cards. They have tempo cards. Their tempo cards are way better than ours. Reflector Mage is just like a super harbinger of the tides. Same thing with the Deputy of Detention, way better than Merfolk Trickster in this case.
Deputy Detention should be a Merfolk.
If only. We'd give some life to blue-white Merfolk. So many blue-white Merfolk cards. They're all trash. For the most part. I don't know how I can make use of this. I'm just going to pass. I could attack with 2 Mutavaults, but I think I'd rather get this Trickster on the battlefield. So what I'm hoping for is our opponent attacks. How do we do this? I wanted to tap this in combat. That was... Well, Supreme Phantom found its friend. The other Supreme Phantom. I'm just going to play Trickster. And tap the other Supreme Phantom. And at the very least, I can attack with 2 Mutavaults and a Trickster next turn. Hopefully. Haven't been keeping track of my opponent's land drops. I don't think they played anything. I don't think they made any land drops last few turns, which means they could have something in hand. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I need to get some damage through right now. So we need to find a double blue drop with Thassa. That's a nice card. Attack for 6. Because they definitely have something up, but I'm behind on the board. Ugh.
Swing for 6. You can only block one thing.
4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just thinking if they flash in a spell queller, is that the end of the the end of the world?
No, but it'll be the end of the league.
Yeah. I don't really have many good options here. I think I just have to play this Trickster pre-combat, hope my opponent has nothing, and then attack. Here, we'll tap this thing down. Technically, it's a blocker. I guess they're representing like Brazen Borrower or something. Ugh. They should be doing this after I attack. I guess it doesn't matter. No, they should still do it after I attack. 4, 2, 7, 10. I live. Oh no, sorry, this thing won't actually attack this turn. Well, I'm not seeing a lot of good ways of winning this.
No. 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 You gotta be kidding.
Hey, I saw enough. The blue-white tempo deck beat me. The blue-white tempo deck with Supreme Phantoms beat me.
The deputy needs to retire.
Hmm?
This deputy needs to retire.
It will not for quite a long time. Alright, so, we did terrible. We did terrible today. Let's go. Let's go check out the deck. What went right, what went wrong. Looks like nothing. Whoops. Looks like nothing went right.
Flooded out a bit. All those
this thing did not. Yeah, so one thing that could help is changing the mana base. Maybe.
Get rid of
Have
MTG.
10. Have 10. Maybe. Is 10 enough for Hinterland Harbor? I don't know. I'm not sure what to change here. That was a miserable league, though. So some cards I could get rid of that might improve the deck are things like Kumena and Kopala for something else. Maybe Tidebinder Mage. How would Tidebinder Mage interact in the last few matches? Not good. Good in the first two, but not good in the last three. Mystical Dispute helped. Well, the sideboard didn't really matter. Shaper Sanctuary helped, but didn't... It was well positioned, but did not help us actually win games. It did something, but did not actually win any games. This was a really just poor showing for the deck. Maybe Kiora's Follower is not what I want, but did help us win that one game against Spirits. Or no, or did it? Maybe it didn't. Because the Spirits player... Their tempo cards were just better than ours. Like, they just as a blue-white deck, it was just much better than what we were doing as a tempo deck. They just obliterated us on tempo. Deputy of Detention was a haymaker. Reflector Mage was a haymaker. This was just way worse. And in the face of what they were doing, we need cards like... Well, we need like Ether Vial, but we also need more aggression. We were just too slow. But I don't want to play more Kumena Speakers, because then I need to... I don't know, maybe? But it's like a worse card to hit off of Collected Company, Kumena Speaker, and also... It's just bad against those attrition-based decks. It would be really bad against, what's it called? The Dynavolt Tower deck. The Golgari deck that we lost to. I don't know. I'm going to fiddle around with this. I'm very curious about Kiora's Follower. Maybe it's not for Pioneer. I'm still curious about it for Modern because of its potential with Ether Vial. Yeah. But anyway, this was a disaster. We got to find some way to... But we have to find a way to upgrade the deck after Oko's banning. So, we're gonna figure it out. Got to experiment. This experiment failed. Somehow the mana base has to change. I don't know what here, but I'll figure it out.
Get rid of MTG Jeff.
MTG Jeff is the core, the soul of the mana base. But anyway, we're gonna thank our sponsor. First we're gonna thank my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also gonna thank the manabase.com and the MTG Mastermind for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu with his brother, playing with Coco Folk in Pioneer.